Hey, good morning.
Thanks for waking up with us.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
How you doing?
We've talked the whole night.
Doing great in Texas.
Good morning.
I asked Ricky how he slept. I said, how was your sleep last night? I said, I don't know. I was asleep.
And then I
Slept all through it.
I was up at 10 minutes to 6 waiting on a phone call to find out if somebody was in my driveway, and they were sitting at home.
No, I was actually at the dealership, dropped off the car this morning.
Oh, okay.
That's why I've got Alma's luxury van. There's Starshine's on the phone there from Lubbock.
Good morning, Starshine.
Good morning.
You know, I bet you she was a hippie back in her day.
No, she was a little old. She was a little old, couldn't do anything wrong.
No, but usually when
Is
they
that
can
true,
revert,
Cindy?
usually when they can
Is
revert,
that true?
that's how they get.
I was not a hippie. Mark is correct.
Now she's a nun.
That can sing, huh?
Yeah.
I always wondered.
Singing nun.
I always wondered how they got that name.
He almost made me spill my coffee.
Top of the morning to you.
He almost made me spill my coffee.
Ray Stead was on this morning talking to himself. He thought we were on like early, and Ray was on there. I'm here. Nobody was talking to poor old Ray. Good morning, Ray. Good to see you, pal. Man, I like that guy. I like Ray Stead, man. He's a great dude, man. I do. Let's see. Have I got sound going on? Yeah, I'm listening to myself. Somebody else has got audio on, or is that I had those on there for Cindy, so she
I'm sorry.
she can hear when we go to the.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
pay attention, boy.
My name is Rick, not Roy.
I said, boy. Did
said,
you see where
my name is
what's
Rick,
his
not
name?
Roy.
The Irish dude done called old Floyd Mayweather boy.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I'd have done that.
They building that fight up, ain't they?
Oh my goodness! I know their managers got together on that.
Oh
deal.
man,
just like Ali Frazier, they used to do that stuff all the time, man. Whose phone is on?
Let me see. I thought.
Yeah, it's driving me crazy. I'm listening to myself 3 seconds delay.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not going to be a good fight for homeboy, because you don't think that hasn't resonated through his mind. Oh my God!
Either that, or they got it all fixed up. Frazier and Foreman. I mean, Frazier and Ali. Yeah, Joe Frazier and Ali. They used to do that. I mean, they'd have that stuff all built up.
It's entertainment. They had to bring that money in.
Yeah.
You know, if you turn that microphone, you had to keep.
No, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Ricky, you know when Ricky's
like a bobbing rabbit.
Yeah, when Ricky's about 70, 75, Ricky gonna be that old man with the pants up to about right here.
No, I won't.
And a pistol about that long in his pocket. You on Mr. Good property now. I can just see it like a alien ship come and land at Ricky's house. You better get from around here.
Give me the keys, man. Just leave the keys.
Yeah, you better get on from around here.
Leave the keys, though. Leave the keys.
Get off my property.
Get off my property.
I'll just tell him to leave the keys. Then I'll come visit. I'll go visit Cindy.
Yeah, go visit Cindy.
You can come see me whenever you want to.
Can I fly my UFO?
Sure.
Can I land it in your backyard?
Well, I don't have a very large backyard, but we'll find some place.
Yeah, it's all filled up with swimming pools.
Oh, okay.
No swimming pool. No plants.
That's where the help park. That's where all the help park their cars.
Yeah.
No, you know what? See, I'm a plant person, so I would make sure.
You would like it.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
plants. I'm gonna tell you.
Ricky has grown some of the best sensimilla.
See, now look,
That's
you
not
know
true.
the doggone
That
fans
ain't
be
true.
watching. They be watching these programs.
That ain't
you about
true.
to get me locked up.
That ain't true.
No, but I do. I'm a plant person. I'm a landscaper, so I love.
Well, then I'm sure you love Alma's yard. It's
Oh,
beautiful.
let me tell you, Alma's yard is beautiful. I was over there the other day. I was like, man, I could go to sleep right out here.
Hey, like
Which
Ricky's,
one?
though.
You open the door and the yard, and my yard smells like a funeral home. You get out of the car, you feel like you're walking in a hot funeral home.
It's flowers from the front to the back, all color. Oh my, yeah, it's
Went in Ricky's
beautiful.
yard and look, why are all these 5-leaf spiked leaves? What are these plants here, Ricky?
That's stuff you ain't supposed to talk about on the radio.
That's right.
You know what?
Hey, we're just
Those are
joking.
called-
Anybody coming in here, anybody coming in here on this, we're just acting stupid.
You're acting stupid, and we are good. Y'all are good people. You're actually Jesus followers.
Amen.
So we want to just set the record straight. We are, but you are silly. The silly threesome.
You're
that's for
you're a
sure.
lifesaver, Cindy. Thank you. You just cleared my name.
Somebody's got to get it. Somebody's got to get us out of the ditch.
You ain't.
Yes. Well, and I'll tell you what, y'all are starting early. I can tell, Mark. I can already tell with your energy. You were your Doppler was kind of dragging a little bit yesterday. You were kind of slow, and this morning I can tell you're like the Energizer.
Well, that's because he's late.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
That's because he's late.
Late.
Come flying in here 10 minutes to 9.
You ain't like he driving like a cop.
There was a guy sitting at a stoplight in his power wheelchair, and he was taking up one whole lane. So I come beside him. I went, roll window down. I said, "What's happening, man?" He said, "Man, you rolled up on me like a cop."
Speaking of cops,
Who's on?
the Prince.
The Prince needs to get into bed.
What's up, Mike?
King Michael.
Yeah. He got him a
Good
new.
morning, Michael.
Are y'all doing all your? I'm still sitting here inviting people and stuff like that. We need to invite and get everybody going. You don't want to miss this today.
Oh.
Make sure that everybody set your calendars because tomorrow it's going to be me and Ricky on the road.
All day,
We're going to be
baby.
broadcasting all day long throughout the day right here. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we gonna be rolling.
Without Cindy being able to catch us.
No, she'll be
Yes,
watching.
hey,
She
yes,
gonna be
yes,
watching,
yes.
and then she gonna call your phone.
And if we get 100 people watching at one time, we'll stop the car wherever we are. Me and Ricky will wrestle in our underwear. So just
Well, you go.
Well,
Well, I'm gonna disappear because that's awfully big bad underwear you got on. Y'all won't see me. You just-
Yeah, have you wrapped up in them like an alligator?
that's the truth.
feel like I'm on swamp people.
Ricky used them to cover his drums. Cover the whole kit.
The black Steve Irwin.
Do what?
The black Steve Irwin. I got him, mate. I got him, mate.
Everybody remember Mutual of Omaha's live Wild Kingdom?
Wild Kingdom.
Yeah, and
The
old
Wild
Jim will be Marlon's on the back line with a microphone, and old Jim's out there. And here's Jim wrestling an alligator. Well, the alligator's now wrestling Jim. Jim, get out of that alligator. You're going to choke him.
Oh God.
Yeah, they had some great shows. Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom, Jacques Cousteau.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that stuff, man.
I remember when,
He was from here.
Jacques
Really?
Cousteau,
From
yeah,
Norfolk, yeah.
his
I
son.
didn't
Well,
know
he
that.
was he was from France.
Oh, okay.
You know, but he lived here and he ran his ship and stuff out here. Man, what was the name of it again?
The Cousteau Society.
No. The name
No,
of the
he's talking
ship.
the boat.
The name of the boat. What was it called? It was very famous. I can't
Cousteau
remember.
ship.
Yeah, something like that. And then his son kept on going. That's when they caught you down there. Thought you was a manatee. Remember that? Frank was snorkeling, and the Cousteau Society they were taking pictures of him. Thought it was a manatee.
Oh my
Boy, I wish I could have
goodness.
saw that.
Get it out of your. I
Huh?
hope you get it. You need to get this out of your system before you get on the road tomorrow.
Oh no,
no.
we're just
He-
keying up for
I'm
it.
getting ready to say, oh no, he's gonna amp it. Let me tell you
All right,
something,
straighten
Cindy.
up. Dwayne Allen's on, so straighten
Hey,
up.
good morning.
I went to Nashville with this guy. Believe me, I laughed for 13 hours.
Here's a song I'm gonna play right now. Let me get it up because my buddy came on. I'm gonna play his.
Yeah, good
song.
morning, Dwayne. Top of the morning to you.
Top of it.
Good morning.
Let's see. Let me just go right out of line here and get this one because it's important.
Yes.
I don't think they can hear you.
They can hear me.
Oh, okay, now you can.
Y'all say something funny while I'm trying to find this song.
He's trying to find a song. Y'all say something funny.
Yeah, somebody say something silly.
Well, you're going to be a little close to home tomorrow. Cincinnati and Detroit. ain't that
Yeah,
far, right?
man. I told one of my partners from home, he hit me up and he was like, man, you ain't that far away. Y'all can swing by here.
Yeah, you didn't tell any people you owe money to up there, did you?
I've been gone too long to owe anybody any money.
We're the Oak Ridge Boys, and you're
I've been
listening
gone too long.
to the smallest gift radio network.
There was a rumor going around said I was
SGBN.
dead.
And there's a picture on the wall of Jesus in the garden.
Did you clean your glasses this morning?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I did. Why?
Oh, I was just wondering because you.
I know I had this song in the queue. Let me play a different one while we're waiting on that one, and then I'll find this other one while the other one. What am I trying to say? Here we go. Here it is. T. Graham Brown with the Oak Ridge Boys. Boy, we had a big time cutting this record.
You know, I looked it up, and this is what I found.
Wound up getting a Grammy nomination.
There's truth in the love, yeah, that's right. I know he said to the blind man, open your eyes and see. And I know he said to the lame man, stand up and follow me. I know that he walked on the water. He said, look what faith will do. Turn the water into wine, and then he fed all the multitude. How do you know? I know by the way I feel. How do you know? I know cause the joy is real. How do you know? I know cause I've been set free. And there's truth in the love he gave to me. I didn't get it at the Sunday school when they tried to put the fear in me. Talking about fire and brimstone and burning in eternity. I didn't get it when they came knocking, insisting on witnessing me. And I sure didn't get it from a TV preacher trying to get all my money. How do you know? I just know by the way I feel. How do you know? I just know cause the joy is real. How do you know? I just know cause I've been set free. And there's truth in the love he gave to me. Look around, an honest evaluation. Yeah, he's a friend I know in any situation. Oh, I bet you can't beat that. What a real good new best friend I got. There's truth in the love. You know I believe there's truth in the love. Lord have mercy. He made it easy enough, I do believe, to get it all together. Gave you the right to do wrong. He gave you sense enough to know better. Tell us, T, come on. Said he'd never ever force his will on you. He might lay down a heavy suggestion, but it's got to be your move. How do you know? I know by the way I feel. How do you know? I just know cause the joy is real. How do you know? I just know cause I've been set free. And there's truth in the love he gave to me.
That was awesome.
There you go.
That was awesome.
We had fun doing that.
Was.
That was a lot of fun.
That's a good one
That
to
was
start your morning with.
I know.
You know it.
That was a good day. It really was. Hold on a minute. I'm trying to get us a count on where we are on radio. We've got Morocco again showing up, and we've got, of course,
Okay.
all over Asia, including mainland China today.
Wow.
And we want to welcome the folks coming in South America from Guatemala and from all around in that area, Costa Rica.
Yeah.
And, of course, we've got our Middle Eastern folks in Pakistan and Egypt.
Yeah.
And, again, Morocco from the Middle East. And from coast to coast here in the United States, all the way across the street, all the way around the world. How about that?
Let's roll with it.
Well, and
It's-
if you folks sitting in Alaska
Yeah. Well, come
and
on.
Russia
Yeah.
are waiting on the tsunami, just keep on waiting. Listen to us till a little
Yeah,
of it
till
gets
we
there.
come.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
if you
hope
want,
it's just a little one anyway.
and if you haven't already done so, you can download the app at your Apple store, and you can get it at the Google Play Store, and you can catch us on iTunes Radio. You can catch us on TuneIn. You can catch us on Samsung Digital Television. Pretty soon you're going to be able to get us on
Right
Roku
there.
and Apple TV and all that. And
Well, when you going like
Facebook
to CBS and NBC, and can't we get us like Imus in the morning thing?
we're still negotiating. I've started the negotiations. I'm waiting for their response.
Yeah, Cindy might be blocking us until y'all straighten up.
Cindy wants they want to make sure we can get on and off before 10
Yeah, on
o'clock at
time.
night. Yeah, they want to make sure we get on and off. Here's a little song that I just love to do. Had fun writing it, had fun singing it. Here we go. Take Jesus fishing, will you?
When you work as hard as I do, you just have to find some time for recreation. On Sundays I'd hook up my boat and head out on my own one-day vacation. Being out there on that water tends to satisfy my need for solitude and helps relieve my stressed condition. What's the harm in taking time to just enjoy a little Sunday fishing? Well, I was backing in my driveway with my boat that I had battened up so neatly. All at once the door flew open and my little boy came running out to greet me. Jumped up in my arms and with a purpose asked a question that I must admit invoked some admonition. He said, next week when the rest of us have gone to church, would you take Jesus fishing? Jesus loves you, Dad, I know, 'cause the preacher told me so. And in Sunday school we learned to take him everywhere we go. Something else we learned was true. They said that he likes fishing too. Yeah, we're probably gonna miss him, but next week when the rest of us have gone to church, would you take Jesus fishing? Well, I didn't have an answer for his question, and it made me start regretting how I had justified my actions to the world and the example I was setting. That simple childlike faith that I had once professed had just returned, and deep inside my heart I started wishing that someday pretty soon, if he could work it out, Jesus takes me fishing. Jesus loves me, this I know, 'cause the Bible tells me so. And I promise from now on
everywhere I go. And something else I promise you, he really loves you too. I'm gonna make it my tradition to go to church on Sunday with my family, and then I'll take them fishing. Yeah, I'll go to church on Sunday with my family, and then we're going fishing.
There you have it.
That'd be
cool
nice if
song.
it was October.
What do you mean?
That's a cool
Too
song.
hot to go out there fishing today.
Well, I know. It's just a song, Frank.
Oh. I mean,
It
I
all
would still
worked
die
out.
taking.
Ray Stead says we're like the Three Stooges, so we're going to call ourselves the Steve Throoges.
No. Yeah.
The Steve. The Steve.
Cindy agreed.
Cindy skipped a
Yeah.
beat. She thought, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's he going to say?
I'm the lunchroom monitor.
Okay.
Yeah, she sure is.
She gonna come and take out. She gonna take our desserts if we go too far off the out the square.
No, but I am going to, Ricky, I will tell you tomorrow, don't forget that I have veto power, and if y'all post something on there that's too much, I can take it down. I don't know if you know that.
Now, what would we
Veto
do?
power.
What's she saying, Ricky? Don't get.
The better question is, what will you
Get her
do?
sued.
What would you
No,
do?
I won't.
Oh my goodness.
I don't
Who
know.
agrees with me? Who agrees with me? What will you not do?
I do.
You will?
Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you that road trip is gonna be something really different.
I'm thinking about going ahead and just getting a 15-passenger van and let Barbara ride with us, Valerie's mom, because they're going to this concert. But I'm thinking about just doing that so that we got somebody to keep us from just running completely off the guardrail.
Oh, that's right. Well, I forgot. So that's right, because you will have Ree with you. So, yeah.
Well, if she's in the car with us, but see, she's planning on riding with her mom. That just opens up.
That just opens
That
the
just
door.
opens up that big can of worms for us to just. It ain't no telling.
I just saw on Facebook, Kenzie's on the way. She's headed to the airport.
I know.
Getting ready to go.
She's
So
on,
that's
headed to the
exciting.
airport. You know what she'll be doing today? She'll be a little fish today, swimming
Swimming
around.
all day.
She'll be over there at the lake swimming all day long. Let's do a little station ID, shall we? Just for the heck of it.
Someone's give them, and someone's give them a family too. Because the kids need family.
She is so beautiful.
You're listening to the Smallest Gifts Broadcast Network.
Listen to Frank.
Frank done slid in there. How about a little Jeremy Calloway with a real pretty song here?
Amazing
shall always be my song of praise, for it was grace that bought my liberty. I do not know just why he came to love me so. He looked beyond my fault and saw my need, and I shall forever lift mine eyes to Calvary to view the cross where Jesus died for me. How marvelous the grace that caught my falling soul. He looked beyond my fault and saw my need. And I shall forever lift mine eyes to Calvary to view the cross where Jesus died for me. How marvelous the grace that caught my falling soul. He looked beyond my fault and saw my need. He looked beyond my fault and saw my need.
Boy, I love the way Calloway sings that song.
Man, that's
Jeremy,
that's
you
awesome.
just did a great job on that. I'll tell you kind of a neat story that goes along with that. I asked Jeremy, I said, Jeremy, if you were standing in heaven and you were standing before the throne and Jesus looked at you and said, Jeremy, sing us a song. What song would you sing? And he started singing that one.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And so we cut it when we did his album. We recorded that one. Now, so we were trying to think of an old standard
Yeah.
to put on the album because we've done a lot of new stuff, and we were trying to. I always like to get an old standard on albums just because I think people enjoy that. If you'll notice, we always have them on.
Yeah.
There's always some kind of an old standard, but that's what Jeremy said when I asked him that question. So
I'd like to
So
hear
it's kinda-
Cindy do "We Shall Behold Him," the old Sandy Patty song.
That's a
Cindy,
beautiful one.
I
for
think
sure.
that's a request.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, we might have to cut that. Frank, you raised the budget. We'll get that done.
Yeah. Okay, Frank.
And, yeah, we'll do that.
Just bring her
I had
in
a lot of
here.
people-
With
I
all
had a
this
lot-
gear you got around here, just bring her in here.
I had a lot of people talking about the when I did. Yeah, that's true. We could do that.
We could bring it right here.
But I had people cutting up about me doing the Render Sella story the other day. I was
Oh.
thinking
Oh,
about
yeah.
spoonerisms. That's what you call that when you reverse it. I was thinking about I'm gonna do some spoonerisms for church stuff. Like at a
You should
wedding.
do that.
It's customary to
Yeah.
cuss the bride. I mean, it's customary to kiss the bride. It's customary to cuss the bride.
Because if you don't do it today, you're going to do it later.
Y'all just play with this one. Let's raise our glasses and toast the dear queen. Play with that one for a while.
I like that.
Let's glaze our
my goodness.
and roast the.
See, this is stuff that just may be said while we're on the road.
Oh my goodness! I
I think he
can't believe
lays
you
awake
said
at
that.
night and thinks this stuff up.
Huh?
I think he
No, it
lays
wakes
awake
me
at
up in the
night.
middle of the night. I
Yeah,
wake up in the middle of the
yeah,
night with
it
something
does,
stupid,
sure.
and I'll go, "That ought to be funny."
He has a jokester spirit that goes to bed with him. He get ready to go to bed, the jokester spirit gets in him.
You know, they make a medication for that.
Yeah, I take it.
Hey, what you say?
already
You
on it.
take
Yeah, I
it.
take it. It's a good thing. The VA put me on it. I was the opposite of this before. We call it prior to Prozac.
There you
Prior to Prozac.
That's cute.
Better living through chemistry.
At least that's what they say.
Going to GNC. Excuse me, do you have any Prozac? Oh gosh.
Prior to Prozac. That is cute.
I like
Oh,
I like
wow.
a story about me and Flip Gregory, old buddy of ours from back in Tennessee.
With a glove box.
Yeah, I'd just gotten divorced, and man, things were at a low point. And I'd gone to my doctor, and I wasn't sleeping, and I was waking up in the middle of the night and stuff like that, worrying about my kids and worrying about everything. And so the doctor put me on an SRI, a serotonin reuptake inhibitor drug called Prozac. Well, I had a box of samples in my glove box that he'd given me, and I wouldn't take them, but they were in my glove box. In there also was a 357 loaded and a Bible. So I go out riding around with Flip, and I like to go up in the cemetery. I picked that habit up when I was a cop. That's a great place to sleep. Ain't nobody coming up there to bother you. So I pull up in the cemetery with Flip, looking at all the nice statues and stuff out at Mount Olivet Cemetery. And for whatever reason, Flip opened that glove box. He said, "Now I want you to get the visual of this." Two grown men sitting in the cemetery with a Bible, a pistol, and a box of Prozac.
Now, somebody explain what was going on here.
That's an automatic trip to the VA right there.
Oh, yeah.
That's an automatic trip to speak to your psych counselor. Yeah.
Michael, we can't call Heath. Heath is on vacation and should be in Maine by now.
Yeah.
He's supposed to call into us.
Yeah, he said he was going to.
If he hadn't been deported.
Yeah.
He's not getting deported from Maine.
They gonna send him back to. They gonna send him back.
he's
to
up
Alabama.
with the moose or meese or whatever they call him.
Yeah, what is the plural of moose? Does anybody know? Is it meese, or what is the plural of a moose?
Moose?
That don't make any sense, does
Yeah,
it?
when you see
If
two
you
of them, is that there's two mooses up there?
That's what I would say, but it sounds kind of hillbilly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, speaking of cemeteries,
We shot some meese while we were up in the woods. Yeah, me and my friends, we went up in the woods and shot some meese.
We sure did. Yeah.
Do I speak of the cemeteries? What?
do you remember the night me and you were sitting in a police car over there at Olive Grove? No. Downtown north, down
Princess Anne?
Elmwood.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
In
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
middle of the night,
Yeah.
that guy was cutting through, going home over the park.
Oh.
You said, "Hey."
Yeah, we're sitting in the police car hiding behind a big old monument.
And he
Guys
was-
cutting through the cemetery, and I went, "Hey."
Ricky. Now, first of all, he was a black guy.
Oh, well, I know. All y'all saw was at the bottom of his Nikes.
Didn't even
That's
see
it.
him.
That joker went
You
into
saw
a lean,
streak.
buddy.
Yes, sir.
He was low running.
That joker went into a lean. He was setting Olympic world records coming out of there. That reminds me about this story about that old drunk went staggering through the cemetery and he found an open grave, and he fell in it.
Oh yeah.
So another drunk come by there. He's laying in there hollering, "Help me! I'm cold! Help! I'm cold! Get me out of here!" Another drunk said, "Well, it ain't no wonder you're cold. You've kicked all your dirt off."
Y'all jumped out of one of them crypts over there at that cemetery one
Yeah,
night.
I ain't gonna say his name, but we had a policeman that had spent his whole career on the harbor patrol boat, and he was trying to get promoted, so he had to have some street time. So they put him on our platoon, which we were like F troop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, with you on there, I know y'all
We
were.
were always in the paper, for something, starting a riot or anything. And so Russell, I almost said his last name. Whew.
That was.
So anyway, we do things like, we all had keys to every car. We just get a duplicate key made to every car, so in case if you lost your keys, you wouldn't have to tell the sergeant. You get back in it, or somebody. So we'd take his car and move it about a block down from where he'd go in and be on a call. Somebody jump out, take his car, move it about a block down, and he'd come out. There, where's my car? And he never figured it out. So on Halloween night, I got down in an open crypt they were broke open where people gone there and stole all the jewelry years ago.
Wow.
So I got down in an open crypt with my flashlight, and Kevin Kelleher brings Russell over there to and we stuck his head down that hole. I took it like, came out. I ain't never seen him since.
He was done.
He went back to Harbor Patrol.
He quit the
No, he went back to Harbor Patrol and said, "Just get me out of here. I can't do this."
Not with these clowns, I can't.
Oh, anyway.
He was done.
Yeah, it's it's
See,
one of
that's why
those
I'm glad
things.
I wasn't rolling with them then. See, I've gotten older now, so
Man, I wouldn't roll with myself back then. I tell you, stuff my son listened to. He's a policeman. He got in penitentiary today. Oh. Here's Kenzie, little Kenzie Lou Who with
Got that big
Desperado.
concert. When is that? Tomorrow?
Thursday night.
Thursday.
Big concert up at Lakeside in Ohio.
Oh, yeah. Can't wait.
Desperado, why don't you come to your senses? You've been out riding fences for so long now. Yeah, you're hard to won, but I know you got your reasons. These things that are pleasing you can hurt you somehow. Don't you
Kenzie always likes to tell the story of the prodigal son when she does that song. And I never thought about it till Kenzie came up with that. That's Kenzie Walker with Desperado. That's on her new EP
That's awesome.
coming out. I'm going to give you some spoonerism. Oh, Kenzie, why don't you give the announcement instead of pointing at the dadgum thing?
Because you talking.
I wish I had a camera I could show you what he's doing.
You can join Kenzie.
It looks like you're...
See?
I
You
mean...
talk over everybody.
Go ahead.
Uh-oh.
You can join Kenzie on her Power Hour show every morning at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m., Monday through Friday. Kenzie Walker's Power Hour.
It's a done deal.
Produced by.
All right. Somebody sent me this here. Said, don't say my name, so. And I won't say your name. Fighting a liar.
Okay.
Lighting a fire. You missed my history lecture. You hissed my mystery lecture. These are some spoonerisms.
Oh, okay.
How about a cozy little nook? Nosy little cook. Oh, here's a good one. Our dear old queen. Our queer old dean.
Don't say that one.
We have the flags hung out. We have the hags flung out. We have the hags flung out. You've wasted 2 terms. You've tasted 2 worms. Our shoving leopard. Our loving shepherd. Let's see. Is the bean dizzy? Is the dean busy? That's kind of funny. How about know your blows is blow your nose? Go shake a tower, Ricky. Go take a shower.
Go shake a tower.
One of these days we're going to do military terms. Like one of the funniest things to me, a military term, is go stand in the rain locker. Stand in the rain locker. Go take a shower. Stand in the rain locker. Rain locker.
Yeah.
I just think that's funny.
A rain locker.
Oh my goodness, craziness. Bad money, Mad Bunny. I'm shout of the hour, out of the shower. That ain't all that funny. Some of the songs I mess up with, like on Smop of Old Tokie. That's a good one. How about the P Little Thrigs? I'll puff and huff and hoe your blouse down.
What? Sherry Brown.
I'll blow your house down. I'll puff and huff and hoe your blouse down.
Oh, no, Jeff. We're not going to say that.
What'd
he said say fire truck.
Friar Tuck.
Okay. No, Jeff. You about to blow our ship out the water on that one.
Jeff's an instigator.
He said, he said,
I'm surprised he's speaking to me. I owed him a logo since Sunday.
He said, say fish market.
Huh?
He said, fish market.
I'll pass. Oh, my goodness. You got any good news over there, Frank?
Yeah, you want to do the weather first?
Well, we could do the weather where you are. It's 9:52 here on the East Coast, and that's 0952. And what's the weather where you are?
Let us know.
Here in Virginia Beach.
Humid.
It's humid. It's not as bad as it has been, though.
Oh,
I
no.
mean, good grief.
No, but we'll be later.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming.
It's coming back.
Let me get it going here. And the temperature right now is 88, and that's what it feels like, is 88 degrees. The wind is out of the west-southwest at 3 miles per hour. The humidity is 74%. The dew point 73 degrees. Pressure is 30.10. That's every day. The barometric
Every
pressure
day?
is 30. It's every day. And the UV index is 4 moderate, so get out there and mow the grass while you got an opportunity.
You ain't
It's
lying.
going to be, we got a 10% chance of rain throughout the day.
10 is not much.
No. 90 degrees tomorrow. Back to the 100s on Thursday and Friday. So we'll be cooking. When the weekend comes, people out there be looking like sizzled bacon out there on the daggone beach.
With grease all around them.
Yeah. And what's the weather where you are, Cindy?
It's currently 72 with an expected high of 95.
Wow.
0% chance of rain, but 76% humidity, which is rare for us. And UV index that's currently 0. So it's hot. It's muggy.
All right. What do you want to guess the weather in the Philippines is?
Rain.
Rainy.
Absolutely. 80% chance of rain and 80 degrees, same as it is every day and every night about this time. The UV index right there in my place in the Philippines is 0 because it's dark. Hard to get a suntan. You might get a moon tan. You came back from your Florida vacation with a moon tan. Okay. The wind's 5 miles per hour there in Surigao City, so nothing really bad going on. In Nashville, your weather, you're going to be at 94 today.
Ooh.
94, you got a special weather statement in Nashville. The first significant heat wave of the summer will arrive midweek and continue to the weekend. Several days of very, very hot and humid weather are expected as strong high pressure spreads across the mid-state. The hottest days will be Thursday through Saturday when the temperature will be in the mid to high 90s. Will be common heat index values will top out in the 100 to 105 degrees range in the afternoon. The Cumberland Plateau will not be quite as hot with a maximum heat index value in the mid 90s. Skies will be sunny with no rainfall expected. In hot weather, it's a good idea to wear lightweight clothes.
No, why
now, did we really have to put that in the report? I mean,
unless you're losing weight,
you lose your mind. You
do not leave a child or unattended pet in a vehicle. The temperature outside the vehicle can reach deadly levels in only a few minutes. I think that people that do that, they ought to be put out in Arizona in a tin building.
Yeah.
Until it's done.
Yeah.
Until they're done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Butter them up and stick them in there, and then when they're roasted, pull them out. I think when people put a child or a defenseless animal, that's just bad business.
That's horrible.
I've never understood. How can you forget your kids in the car?
I've never been.
I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah, that's silly.
How did our parents, when we were little, leave us at the store? I mean, it happened.
Well,
not that shouldn't happen because back then though.
Yeah, see, because back then
mine never left me there because she knows she didn't take me back.
Well, some of y'all know
Put that caddy back, boy.
Some of y'all know Michael was adopted, my son Michael, but then they brought him back. They brought him back to me, so
well,
they wouldn't keep him. But anyway,
that's because he sold him a deal.
Yeah, I always thought I'd be working for Michael by now, and he winds up working for the government as a police officer. I always figured he was a little ultramanure. I don't know what you want. Maybe it was an ultramanure or
maybe he's
entrepreneur,
but
his poor brother be out there sweating and stuff playing football. Michael be up to stand selling programs he got for free. He grabbed a stack of programs, be up there selling for $1. You know.
Here's your brother Howard.
Well, good morning, Howard. My brother whom I slept with.
Howie.
Whoa.
Well, yeah, we grow up sleeping in the same bed, man. It was the way we did back then.
Okay, it was just the way you said it.
Here's my brother's favorite song. Don't put your butt on me. Don't put your butt on me. Things we do as kids.
Oh, wow.
Like spit up in the air and then hide under the covers so it hits your brother, that kind of stuff.
Oh.
I'm kind of thinking things you still do as adults.
Who, me?
All of you.
Yeah.
You kind of got the point there, Cindy.
I'd get to worrying that the rapture was coming while I was asleep when I was a kid, and I'd rat me and Howard out for whatever we did during the day. I'd tell Mom so she could cut us a deal with the Lord, you know. So
you got Howard laughing too. He knows what you're talking about.
He does. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. I told him yesterday, Howard, about when I stuck you in the rear end on Easter Sunday morning with the tie pin. He was standing there tying his nice, pretty little tie, and his butt was right in front of me, so I thought, that ought to go right there.
Pin the tail on the donkey.
I just stuck it, and he screamed, "Ah!" My dad hollered, "What's going on down there?" "Mark stabbed me." So, of course, Dad's thinking I've got the hunting knife and laid into him with it.
It's almost like he put it back.
No, it was I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it. That just,
You say he got the put-back syndrome.
you know, I was 9 years old when in 1960 or 60. I guess I was 9 when they had the Democrat convention in Chicago, and it was a big riot broke out. I remember watching it. You know why? I was home by myself because I'd hit Howard in the ankle with a hammer. Mom and Dad had taken him to the hospital. One last story about how I tortured my brother. You ready? One last story about how I tortured my brother. We had a tire swing. I'm swinging on. He's swinging on the swing, and I'm pushing him. He said, "Push me 50 times." So I pushed him 50 times. So we got to 50. It's my turn. He said, "No, 50 more." So I pushed him 50 more, and he wouldn't let me swing. So I reached down and got a horse biscuit. Got it? Horse biscuit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And a big rock in the other hand. And I reared back like I was going to hit him with that rock, and I crammed that horse biscuit in his mouth.
Howard, you know that was a good meeting.
And then look, this idiot decided to go to basic training with me. We joined the Navy and went to boot camp together.
Wow, he did that to you, Howard.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
It was, bless his heart. Old brother Howard.
Glad I wasn't your brother. I'm glad I wasn't your brother.
You know, we should let him call in sometime. And
Yeah, Howard called us sometime so you could
I
tell
don't know
us.
if he can make a sentence without cussing, though. That's the problem. I'm not sure he can.
Well, just write your dialogue. Just write it out. That way you can read it.
I'm going to dedicate this to Howard. Howard, this is for you. Here's the Duke.
You ask me why I love her? Well, give me time. I'll explain. You seen a Kansas sunset or an Arizona rain? Have you drifted on a bayou down Louisiana way? Have you watched the cold fog drifting over San Francisco Bay? Have you heard a Bob White calling in the Carolina pines, or heard the bellow of a diesel at the Appalachia mines? Does the call of the Niagara thrill you when you hear her waters roar? You look with awe and wonder at her Massachusetts shore, where men who braved a hard new world first stepped on Plymouth's rock. Do you think of them when you stroll along a New York City dock? Have you seen a snowflake drifting in the Rockies way up high? Have you seen the sun come blazing down from a bright Nevada sky? You hail to the Columbia as you rush into the sea, or bow your head at Gettysburg, our struggle to be free? Have you seen the mighty Tetons? You watched an eagle soar? Have you seen the Mississippi roll along Missouri's shore? Have you felt a chill at Michigan when on a winter's day her waters rage along the shore in thunderous display? Does the word aloha make you warm? Do you stare in disbelief when you see the surf come roaring in at Waimea Reef? From Alaska's cold to the Everglades, from the Rio Grande to Maine, my heart cries out, my pulse runs fast, the might of her domain. You ask me why I love her? I've a million reasons why. My beautiful America, beneath God's wide, wide sky.
It's the top
Thanks
of
for
the
waking
hour
up
here.
with us.
Oh, I talk right on top of her.
Good morning.
It's the top of the hour here. It's 10 o'clock on the East Coast.
Good morning. Good morning.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Somewhere, we don't know where, but it is.
Good morning.
You got to
Yes, I did that right before I left to come over here.
better know you think about
Kissed an angel this morning.
Good morning, America. How are you?
Good morning, starshine.
Good morning, Cindy.
Good morning, guys. Good morning, world.
You twinkle
Boy, Michael gives me a heck of a name.
twinkle below.
What do you call you?
Ricky Ticky Tocket the damn rocket. Never been called that before.
Don't say the bad
No.
word.
Oh,
No
okay.
cussing on this show. No cussing.
I couldn't believe it. Well, you know, they didn't hear me. Okay.
Wonder where he gets that. Good morning, everybody.
Well, right in the middle of John
Good
Wayne,
morning.
Facebook shuts us down. What's that tell you?
Don't ask Ricky. Don't ask
We were
Ricky.
still on. We were still on the radio, and we were still on the YouTube broadcast. Still on iTunes radio and all that. And right in the middle of it, right in the middle of the.
He
Duke.
said that's the Duke, and it went out.
It's
Sure
probably
did.
overloaded the system.
Well, no, remember the other day when on the other show when y'all got to talking about the moon and all that stuff, and
They shut us down real quick.
yeah, NASA doesn't come in. He was talking about NASA, they didn't come in. NSA come in and
Shut them down.
cut Ricky off, and
Shut them down.
didn't want him telling none of the secrets that he's seen on YouTube.
You know who we're missing this morning?
Who was that?
Merlin.
he was already on here. He was on.
Yeah,
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
I didn't see Merlin.
Yeah, he was on.
Miss Merlin.
Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and do one of these good news stories.
All right, hold on. Here we go.
I got 3 of them. I'm only gonna do one, and then Mark Woods is supposed to come. Good morning.
You already said that.
Oh,
You can say it again. Hush.
I was informed, Cindy, just a little
There
while
you go,
ago
Mama.
that about 25 years ago, Ricky had stole a purse up in Detroit. That's back before he got saved and changed his life and all that. So I'm going to read you the story about it. 25 years after it disappeared, a lost purse has resurfaced at the end of a boy's fishing rod. And the owner was shocked when he returned it after an 11-year-old did the right thing.
Oh.
Brody Brooks was fishing at Lake Hartwell in Anderson, South Carolina. See, we could have asked Bubba about that, being from South Carolina, but he ain't here. He's on the MIA list. When he reeled in a waterlogged purse. What was even more incredible was that Brock's relatives recognized the name on the pocketbook as their family friend, April Bolt. When Bolt was told that they discovered the purse, she couldn't believe what she was hearing. The purse had disappeared off the boat. Well, that's what they think. Purse disappeared with Ricky running down the street.
Oh.
Yeah, but the statute has run on it. Don't worry
Yeah,
about
the
it.
statue's out.
Wow.
Anyway, they were at a cookout back in '92. They assumed that it had been stolen, which it had. But they were even more happy that everything was still in the purse and was in good shape.
Well, who's going to get it if it's in the bottom of the lake? I mean,
Right.
we're so happy that everything's still. Who's going to get it if it's in the lake?
Charlie
I'd
Tuna,
like to. I'll tell
Charlie
you what.
Tuna was down there going to the
Yeah, it had
thrift
a Sears
store.
card.
I'll tell you what I'd like to
MasterCard.
have. I'd like to go down to Old Hickory Lake with some sort of a device that would find cell phones.
Oh, wow.
I bet there's 10,000 cell phones in Old Hickory Lake.
Where's that?
Just think off that Bay Bridge tunnel.
Wait a minute.
There's
Where's,
all kinds of stuff off that.
where's Hickory Lake?
Old Hickory Lake's in Nashville.
Nashville.
Oh. Wow.
But people knock them off the boat and all that kind of stuff.
Here's Nick Barry.
That and fishing poles and eyeglasses, all kinds of things.
Yep.
Keith?
Well, you know what's
Did you say
interesting?
teeth?
Yeah, dentures.
About
You
just the rings. Wedding rings.
Frank and I both got metal detectors.
Don't even go down there.
Frank and I both got metal detectors and flour sifters, so we can go down and make a fortune hunting junk on the beach. You know.
I'm just laughing.
Be my luck to go there and find a prosthetic eyeball. You know.
I've got a story about a prosthetic eyeball that's a true one, if you want to hear it. You
Let's
probably
go.
Don't.
Come on.
Well, this man.
Do I need to put some background music?
No.
Okay.
This man that I cut his hair every week. I mean, or once a month. You know, when I'm gone and I go to his house, he can't hear, but he can also barely see. He's got a prosthetic eyeball. And one of his daughters, he's a very well-to-do, wealthy man, and one of his daughters lives in New Zealand, and he had flown there to visit her, and he was in the airport coming home, and he was rubbing his eye. You know, it was itching, and he was rubbing it, and it came out and bounced. It bounced on the floor.
On the plane?
No,
in the airport.
In the airport?
In the airport, he was sitting down waiting to board, or he was in the waiting area, and someone just came by and picked up his eye and handed it to me. That's a true story. And
Hey, man,
he thought it was
your
funny,
eye,
and
man.
they didn't appreciate it. They didn't think it was funny, but
no, that.
And I've got this is even funnier because I know that when you cut someone's hair, you have to look at you look them in the face, and you're going to make sure the sides are even. There's sideburns. And I didn't know which eye was the real one and which one is the glass eye. So, I try to direct my vision to the real eye. And it's only been a couple months ago that I realized, wait a minute, that's not the real eye. You really can't tell. It's hard to tell.
You talk about that. That reminds me of Jimmy Kirk that used to cut my brother, mine and Howard's hair. And Mom would send us down to Kirk's barber shop and tell us to get a boy's haircut. And then she'd end up calling Kirk and say, Jimmy Kirk, make sure. She'd call him and say, give them boys' haircuts because we're trying to get our hair out long. Jimmy smoked. He smoked the pipe, and he'd get up in your face checking those sideburns, and it was like the breath of 9 dragons. I ain't kidding. I mean, he had Genghis Khan breath. Breath that would stop a communist tractor, man.
Breath smell like Aggle 40.
He'd get up in your face. He'd be doing that old pipe and onions and stuff. He'd been eating sandwiches. And
He
stuff.
still got food all in his
Yeah,
teeth.
Jimmy be up there trimming you up. That old pipe be
Half a chicken sandwich hanging out his mouth.
be thinking, Lord, if I live through this haircut.
Well, we probably need to see what's going on with Nick Barrett here.
Yeah, Baird, what's
he's
happening?
He's like nice this morning.
Yeah, he said Charlie Manson to be released from prison on parole.
Well, did they already announce that they're gonna cut him loose? Where they gonna put the crazies? They're gonna put him in the nursing home. He'll be trying to work him up a new cult in the nursing home. He must be 100. I mean, he couldn't be dangerous. How old is he? He must be 100.
Old enough to know better.
Howard says fake news.
Yeah.
Fake news. Hey, Howard, you remember going down to Jimmy Kirk? We used to, and it was worse because sometimes she'd send us the Isoms. Oh my goodness, he cut your hair look like it could be cut with a daggone hedge trimmer, man.
That was a bootleg haircut.
Yeah, fill it up full of wild root.
The worst haircuts to do would be the ones where mothers would try to cut their own kids' hair and bring them in for us to fix them.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my goodness.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Back in my Indian fighting days, I got all up in the firewater one time, and I got up in the firewater and dyed my hair, bleached my hair out white.
Oh, wow.
And tried to get him at the joint to fix that up.
You were a towhead.
A what?
Weren't you? We call blondes, super white blondes, a towhead. You were a towhead when you were little.
A towhead?
A towhead. You've never heard that term?
No, ma'am. And so what?
I've called people different kind of like bonehead,
Well,
loggerhead.
So how did it?
Towhead,
How did it
no.
become a towhead?
a towhead being blondie. It was a white blonde.
Okay. That's
I'm
not.
showing my age.
Okay,
Yes,
so that's
we're-
not
We
the-
are all showing our age.
So that's not the platinum blonde color that they came out with, huh?
It was white, kind of a silk white.
Okay. Okay, a towhead. Okay.
Well, we're supposed to be getting a call from our call-in guest today. And in the meantime, I think what we want to do is play a song while we're waiting on him. And I think we're going to play Melora, Somebody.
Somebody came in this place, bound up in sin. Somebody came in this place with fear and grief within. Somebody needs to be loosed by the power of his blood. Somebody needs to be washed in its life-giving flood. Somebody needs to lift his name on high. Somebody needs to let out a holy cry. Let's magnify, glorify, lift the name of Jesus high. Come on, exalt his name, stand and proclaim, Jesus Christ is Lord of all. Somebody came in this place bound up in sin. Somebody came in this place with fear and grief within. Somebody needs to be loosed by the power of his blood. Somebody needs to be washed in its life-giving flood. Somebody needs to lift his name on high. Somebody needs to let out a holy cry. Let's magnify, glorify, lift the name of Jesus high. Come on, exalt his name, stand and proclaim, Jesus Christ is Lord of all. So let's give him the praise he's worthy of. Bless the Savior with our love. Come on and dance for him, dance for him. Stand up and shout for him. Lift up your hands and turn your praises up for him. Dance for him, dance for him. Stand up and shout for him. Jesus Christ is Lord of all. Somebody came in this place bound up in sin. Somebody came in this place with fear and grief within. Somebody needs to be loosed by the power of his blood. Somebody needs to be washed in its life-giving flood. Somebody needs to lift his name on high. Somebody needs to let out a holy cry. Let's magnify, glorify, lift the name of Jesus high. Come on, exalt his name, stand and proclaim, Jesus Christ is Lord. He's Lord of all. So let's give him the praise he's worthy of. Bless the Savior with our love. Come on and dance for him. Turn your praises out for him and dance. Just dance. Come on and lift up your hands. Lift your praises. Come on and dance for him. Yeah, yeah. You dance for the Lord now. Oh, yeah. Lift up your hands. Turn your praises up for him. Dance for him. Dance for him. Stand up and shout for him. Dance for him. Dance for him. Somebody give him the praise.
That's Melora with Somebody. And we got a very special guest on the phone. Frank, why don't you introduce Mark?
Everybody, this is Mark Woods, the CEO, president of Operation Troop A. Mark, are you there?
I am here. How are you guys doing?
Man, good morning to you.
Good morning.
We've been playing tag here for a couple of days. Either something was wrong on our end or there on Mark's end, but we finally got him, and we're going to talk to him a little bit about his organization, Operation Troop Aid, and what they do for our troops.
That's why we got our military hats on today.
Very cool. Glad to be here. How you guys doing?
Man, we're doing great.
Where are you right now? You in Tennessee, or are you traveling around? I know you all over the place.
Yeah, I'm back home. I'm in right outside of Nashville in Smyrna, where I live.
Did you have a fun trip down to Punta Gorda?
I did. It's always great going down there. Some great folks down there support the troops, and it's just a real blessing to be able to do everything been able to do over the years, traveling around, seeing the different cities, and partnering with the events that allow me to come and raising money to ship those care packages over. So
you've come a long way with this since you and I first met, and you were getting started with this thing. You were, matter of fact, you were still on active duty then.
I was active duty from 1987 until 2008. 21 years. I started Operation Troop Aid in late 2004 after really the idea came, if you recall, Garth Brooks did a concert on the flight deck of the USS Enterprise, televised on CBS. That's right. And I was stationed on the Enterprise when that happened in Virginia Beach, Norfolk really, but I met Frank and you guys at Virginia Beach area at the old Bubba's Barbecue. And anyway, that's where I, was branching it out. Started the idea again in 01. And then in late 04, I had a dream. The name came to me. I got incorporated when I was stationed in Millington, just north of Memphis. And
I was stationed there. I was stationed there for about a year. Well, it wasn't quite a year. Yeah.
You were there when it was still an air station, I'm sure.
Yes, it was still an air station.
Yeah, they've closed that kind of part of it.
Yeah, we just gotten motorized airplanes at that time. We just put those balloons away and got motorized airplanes.
Yeah. They went from the balloons to the airplane.
Yeah, John Paul Jones was the CNO.
Yeah, I hear you. Damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead.
That's him, yeah.
But anyway, I
Mark,
from there. Go ahead.
I was going to say you have, if I'm understanding correctly, in the latest that I read, you've distributed $11 million worth of care packages to our troops in combat areas and so forth. Is that correct? Is that number correct?
That we're by the end of this year, we will just teeter over the $11 million point. Now that's over totality. That's I understand. All, 12 years, 13 years.
But still, man, that's a bunch.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's a bunch for a guy with an idea that just started off from your pocket. Started off out of Hip National Bank and built this into something that's generating that kind of relief, and we're proud of you for that, man. We're proud of what you do, and proud of the fact that you have taken on this responsibility, because anybody that's never been away from home doing the sea bag or the duffel bag drag or packing around in a desert or a jungle or a city somewhere, and just to get something from home, it means a lot, doesn't it, Mark?
Yeah, it does. It really does. We get letters from time to time back from troops, and some of them may not even have family. They just go into the military. But it's one thing to get a package from your family, but it's entirely different to get something from somebody you don't even know that's thinking of you and saying, hey, thank you for what you're doing for us. And just to give them those couple of minutes from, some of them, they go out on 10, 12-hour patrols, getting shot at 120-degree heat, may not have access to a good shower up in the hills of Afghanistan, so it's just one of those things where it gives them a little solace and to think about home, their wife, their kids, and let them know that we're thinking of them, we care about them. And what
Mark, have you had the opportunity to go over to some of those areas, like with USO or some?
No, not in the capacity of Operation Troop Aid. Now, obviously, when I was when I was active duty, yeah,
Right.
I was over there all the time. But no, I have not. Operation Troop Aid is not really a a traveling charity that goes over there. We do all of our stuff here in the States and raise the money to send the care packages. Now, I would love to do that, but there are some
restrictions.
I just say there's restrictions on there's not any legal restrictions on doing it. It's more in the capacity of competition, if you will. That's a nice term, I guess.
I understand it, and without going into disparaging anyone, it's very competitive.
Yeah,
because so many people do it for self-serving purposes, and they do it for the publicity.
How about these children that they're always writing Christmas cards and stuff to send our soldiers over there? Do you incorporate any of them into your packages? Say in November, December.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's cool.
We have Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts, and
well, I know the Girl
schools.
Scouts are a big supporter of Operation Troop Aid, right?
Yeah, we've got 7 states that go out, councils that'll go out. So you'll see them at Walmart or Sam's or whatever, and they'll have a sign that has some of our pictures of the troops receiving the Girl Scout cookies, and it'll say Troop to Troops program. So people will buy a box of cookies or a case of cookies or whatever they want to buy, and then the Girl Scouts will hold all of that funding in a separate account of those councils. And then at the end of the cookie sale, they will buy all those cookies and ship them straight to us, to our warehouse. That way, we're not paying double shipping, if you will.
Yeah.
So the cost of them buying the cookie includes the shipping straight from the maker of the cookie.
That's fantastic, Mark.
Yeah,
Mark, let's segue into something else. Let's talk about your faith.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about you as a Christian man.
Absolutely.
And I know that your faith is a very important part of who you are. It is probably, I guess, the main focus of who you actually are. And, that's something else that, we talk about here on the show of loving people right where they are, regardless of their faith, regardless of their race, regardless of their gender, regardless of their sexual preference, regardless of their alcohol or substance abuse. We love people right where they are. Now, we think that people, once they've been introduced to a different philosophy and a different way of thinking, and they find their own faith, that they don't need to stay in those type of lifestyles that may be considered inappropriate or things. But we love people right where they are, and we don't try to change anybody. We just let the Lord do that. What do you think about that concept?
I think it's spot on. I'm just going to lay it out on the line. You're speaking to a old, dirty, rotten scoundrel sinner.
Amen. Me too.
I came through a lot, and more so I did it myself. I caused the majority of the pain in my life, and I look back and see that Jesus was continually seeking a love relationship with me, and I was pushing him away. And about 5 years ago, I finally got it after many, many years of stupidity. And I've learned that, I don't point my finger at no one, but I do share that the way I was living was wrong, and if you're living the same way I was living, then it's wrong. I point my finger at myself first.
Yeah.
And it has a way of guiding someone to show, well, if he's found it, what's he doing that, made the change in his life?
Well, that's a great segue into a song I want to play for you this morning, and you should be able to hear it the way I've got this set. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. I know you'll be able to hear it on the playback. But here's a song called There Stands a Hero that I'm proud to be a writer and a producer on. It's the Men of Music with a song called There Stands a Hero.
Amen.
I salute the soldier, standing proud and tall, uncertain of tomorrow, yet certain of the the call to take a stand for freedom, for truth and liberty. Though it may cost a dreadful price, he'll fight for you and me. There stands a hero, though few may know his name. There stands a soldier who believes the cost is worth the price he'll pay to rid this world of tyranny, till everyone is finally free. Wherever there's a need, he'll bravely go. There stands a hero. 2,000 years ago, on a hill so far away, another soldier was condemned by those he came to save. They crucified the Savior on the cross of Calvary. But in 3 days he conquered death and rose triumphantly. There stands a hero, and Jesus is his name. There stands a Savior who knew the cost was worth the price he'd pay. That dreadful day at Calvary, he gave his life for you and me. He saw the need and gladly said, I'll go. There stands a hero. All throughout the centuries, true soldiers of the cross have sacrificed it all to keep the faith. And now we're called to do the same, regardless of the cost. So those who come behind may follow us and find the way and say, there stands a hero, and Jesus is his name. There stands a Savior who knew the cost was worth the price he paid. That dreadful day at Calvary, he gave his life for you and me. He saw the need and gladly said, I'll go. There stands a hero. There stands a hero. A hero. There stands a hero.
Yeah. I don't know if you could hear that, Mark.
I did. Amen.
Okay, good. I thought it was quite appropriate for your testimony and for what you're doing. We're talking to Mark Woods. He is the CEO and the founder of Operation Troop Aid, that distributes care packages and love. It's not really the tangible. It's what's in that, and that what's in that package is love and respect and honor for our servicemen and women who go out there and leave their families and go out and do what they do, so that the United States of America and those of it live here, that we can remain free and that our values can remain strong. And, you know, our country is in quite a turmoil right now. We don't get into politics here on this program. We're not chartered for that, and since we're a 501c3, we just don't do it. We're not supposed to, so we stay away from it. But regardless of what your political position is today, this really is the greatest country on earth. All of her flaws, all of her issues, all of her things, the sibling squabbles that we have with each other. This is the greatest place in the world to live. If you don't believe it, just look and see how come 14 million people come here without the proper documents and want to stay here. Just look at how many people immigrate to this country legally and want to stay here, because the American dream is still the best dream on the planet. And our house is in shambles right now, but we're going to get it in order. It'll work out. We're going to get it. We'll get it back.
Yeah.
And Mark, I want to thank you for being on the program. Can you tell us how people can get in touch and learn more about Operation Troop Aid if they would like to get involved?
Sure. You can go to our website at operationtroopaid.org. Go on there. You can review, everything about us, and if you'd like to make a donation, you can do so there. Or there's an address there as well. We have a Facebook, just Facebook Operation Troop Aid. Twitter is just Troop Aid. Make sure when you're looking on Twitter, there is a Troop Aid in England, but we're the first one with that name. We preceded them. So you can do that. If you'd like to call me, the phone number's on the website as well. And just one item of note that's happened recently. Last year, I had a lot of people don't know this. I didn't really put it out there that much, but I had a bout with doctors thought I had cancer, and I was about 8 months down, going through different tests, and they were looking.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember seeing you posting that on Facebook.
Yeah, they couldn't find where it was at, and just did all these tests and everything. So finally, after about 8 months, they said, "Well, we thought it was there. It's not there anymore. So we're just going to put you on a 6-month window. So every 6 months, I got to go in and get tests and stuff done." But out of that and some other things that have happened at my church and stuff, I was originally signed up at Lipscomb and accepted to start my MBA last year. Just before that happened, I re-signed up to start the MBA 3 months ago, and then some things happened, and I just felt the Lord tugging on my heart to switch from MBA to an MDiv. So I just got accepted, transferred everything over at Lipscomb from MBA to MDiv, and I start the MDiv program at the end of August. So
that's where that's where my degree is from, is Lipscomb.
What's that?
That's my alma mater, Lipscomb.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, good deal. Yeah. Well, we're going to switch it over, and everything's set to do that. And the reason I'm doing it, I'm not doing it to go into the pulpit or anything. I'm doing it more for the counseling. They got a really good counseling part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going into, as you probably know, we have 22 members a day that are attempting suicide or committing suicide. So I am, switched it over to learn more counseling techniques, so that not only will Operation Troop Aid be care package provider to the troops, but we want to get into the counseling end of it to try to help save some lives and get our men and women back on the right train of thought. So,
Cindy, you still on with us?
I am.
Well, do you get anything you want to ask Mark? I mean, I know the little care packages, they sort of equal out the smallest gifts.
Yeah.
I think it's great. I love what you're doing. I really do. And especially my dad was in the military and spent a year overseas, and I can just imagine what something like that would have meant to him. No, I think it's wonderful.
Well, we appreciate having you on today, Mark, and we're going to scoot along. Guys, look up Operation Troop Aid. Just go on Facebook, look for them. Go on the internet, look for them. See if it's something that you want to be a part of and get involved in. Our troops can always use your support. Mark, we thank you. God bless you, man, for being on. Keep in touch.
Yeah,
Don't be a stranger, pal.
Yeah, thank you.
all right, God bless.
And here's
Appreciate it,
Cindy
guys.
with Wayfaring Stranger.
I am a poor, wayfaring stranger while traveling through this world of woe. Yet there's no sickness, toil, or danger in that bright world to which I go. I'm going there to see my Father. I'm going there, no more to roam. dark clouds will gather around me. I know my way is rough and steep, yet beautiful fields lie just before me, where God's redeemed the vigils keep. I'm going there to see my mother. She said she'd meet me when I come. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going home. I'm going there to see my father. I'm going there, no more to roam. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going home. I am a poor, wayfaring stranger, just a poor, wayfaring stranger. I am a wayfaring stranger.
That's Cindy Hewlett.
That's her. Wake up,
Live.
Ricky. Ricky's back here playing on his Facebook.
It's some girls calling.
Probably.
No.
Hey, Cindy,
Yes.
you know me and you got 3 days off to get our sanity
Well,
back.
I know. What are we going to do? No, I'll be monitoring.
She'll be the hall
I will
monitor.
Yes, I will. Yes,
Ricky.
I will. And
I ain't even turning my Facebook on.
You know what Ricky told me? He says Santa Claus has it made because he knows where all the bad girls live.
Yes, you're right.
Could you
Santa
see him?
Claus has
Could you
it.
see him in a little Keebler elf suit, passing out cookies and candy? Come here,
Yeah.
girl.
Man. No.
'Twas the
no.
crisp before nightmas, when all through the house not a steacher was curring, not even a mouse. The Hawkings were stung by the hymny with chair in hopes that naint sickless. I like that one.
Yeah.
Soon to be there.
You
You know
do
all
that
that
one.
stuff on your phone, Ricky. I don't see
I'm gonna
anybody out here know Ricky other than Lori.
I'll tell you what's interesting about Ricky. He ain't never off that phone, but you call him and he won't answer it.
Right.
I answer you every morning.
Yeah, you do.
Where you be?
Where you at, man?
Well, what happened?
Where
yesterday?
you
doing?
is? Where you is?
What happened yesterday when I had to come in and get yours and Emily's paycheck at 3:30?
He was in there being bleeping slooty.
When did you have to do that?
Yesterday.
You were being bleeping slooty. Bleeping sooty. Or beeping slooty. That'd be it. Sleeping Beauty.
You
beeping
wasn't here
slooty.
yesterday for one hat.
No, I wasn't.
No, me and Frank had to wing it. So guess what we talked about?
What
Can't
y'all
talk about it on here.
Ricky.
Oh. You see they done painted me a different color, don't you, Cindy?
I do. And I'm keeping up with it.
She watched it.
Did you watch it yesterday, Cindy?
I watched a little bit of it.
Okay.
I did. I
Yeah.
actually had a really bad headache.
Oh.
So I was laying down and it was getting a little bit, you were passionate. Let's just put it that way. It was very passionate yesterday. It was good.
And what were they passionate about? Because I missed it.
Yeah, they were talking about, yes, protecting yourself.
Oh.
See?
So they were talking about me, huh?
All right, here you go.
No,
Try
they
this
weren't
one.
talking
No,
about
I'm just
you.
kidding. Frank, that was just kidding.
A dong lime ago in a corn country, there was a principal Butress, and it host happened there was a wuggly old itch. Now the principal Butress was as pud as she was gritty. So the ugly old itch, boy, I got to be careful.
Yeah.
Passed a Speevil L and went around sleeking with the rodder and belling evertoddy, and the principal Butress would go on gleeping until somebody would loll in fove with her. And I got to practice this one. That's going to be the story of Bleepin' Sooty.
The story of
Bleepin' Sooty. That's going to be the story of Bleepin' Sooty. We'll practice that one up. You've spoken the bell. Will you marry me? Bleepin' Snooty said. I'll marry you because we. Oh my goodness! I got to be careful.
You might as well do the Cinderella or Rendercella.
I did Rendercella.
You,
Yeah,
you didn't do all of it.
Yeah, I think I did. I talked about Rendercella and the Prancing Hens. I think I did.
You
Yeah, that's right. You're right,
it.
Frank. Frank's over here snoring on that. Barbara Cortinez tagged me on something.
He knows enough languages already. I don't know why he wants to learn this new one.
I just think it's fun. I think it's fun to say things backwards.
I was getting ready to say it, and I stopped.
Yeah, I had to grill that one up.
Yeah, please do.
How about another good news story?
It's time for the good news because you wanted to know. Do I have to play the thing again, or are you just going to do it?
No, I'm just going to do it.
Yeah.
It's 9:45 here on the East Coast. 15 minutes till freedom.
What does jilted mean?
Jilted?
Yeah. Jilted.
It means you got like kicked to the side.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay. A jilted bride donates $30,000 a reception to the city's homeless.
I saw that.
That's pretty cool.
Oh,
huh?
wow.
Yeah, she had already paid for her reception, so she just invited the homeless people to come and eat.
Yeah,
That's
I guess
awesome.
A week before they were supposed to get married.
And her dad invented about 40 new expletives.
They called
What
off
in the?
They called off the wedding,
You did what?
Who the?
and she was going to lose her deposit of $30,000. She said, "No, I'm going to throw a party for the homeless folks."
$30,000 deposit.
Wow.
Oh. Dang.
Good, and she's
That's
a
pretty
per-
dead burn married right
and
there.
look
Doggone right.
And that's a pretty girl too. Why that man
Oh,
turned that
yeah.
one down, I don't know.
You got to be kidding because he didn't want to be right. That's what the deal was. He didn't want to be right.
Yeah, something had to be wrong. Now let me tell you another one that happened this past weekend. You know, Garth and Trisha on a roll.
I seen this. They done yeah.
They played their hometown in Oklahoma City. Did 4 shows,
Where the wind comes sweeping down the plain.
and I guess he had broke into starting his song "Unanswered Prayer."
Yeah.
And this guy got down on his knee and proposed to his girlfriend out in the crowd, and Garth
Yeah.
saw it out of, I guess the corner of his eye or whatever.
Right in the front of his eye.
Stopped the show about, them proposing.
Just cut it off.
And said, "Apparently you just proposed to her." "Yeah." "Would she say yes?" Yeah. He said, "Where are y'all going for your honeymoon?" "Oh, we don't know." He said, "How about if me and Miss Yearwood pay to send you to Hawaii?"
Oh, man. See, that's
That's
how you
cool.
do it. Yeah, that's good. See, that's how you do it.
Frank, did you know that they did 5 shows in Lubbock when they were here?
5.
5.
And
they
they-
booked 5 shows.
And did they sell out every one?
Oh, yeah.
All
Oh,
of
yeah.
them except, well, most of them except the last couple were not.
Let me tell you, Garth Brooks is
That's
the
why they
closest thing to
continue.
Michael Jackson as an entertainer.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I believe so.
Now, I don't think
didn't go.
he hasn't really gone worldwide like Michael.
That's what I'm saying. That doesn't.
But here in the United States,
Well, here in the United States,
People
yeah,
love him.
but it's a
People
whole
love him
bunch
for
different
sure.
when you get out to the
matter of
United
fact,
States
I
and
heard
know
that
who he is.
they had went to book 5 shows in Detroit, and the city of Detroit only said, "No, we can do 3."
They couldn't pay him.
Oh no, they could have paid.
Well, they
him.
couldn't find enough people in Detroit knew who he was.
Oh, yeah. That's the thing.
That's the problem. They couldn't figure out who in the
And
who
the
is it?
people in the suburbs that do know about him.
Well, he just said, "No, I ain't doing none then.
Who'd you say it
Go
is?
somewhere else."
Yeah.
He was a nice guy. He used to come. Remember when he used to walk by, come by the office there? At
Yeah,
17th,
I remember
17th Avenue.
I remember the end of the first year when his album came out. He just made a ton of money, and he went down to I think it was Thoroughbred Motors, and he went in on Christmas Eve and bought 6
Yep.
Jags and Mercedes
For his staff people,
for his
management
staff people and stuff like that. And then he had a Christmas party, and he gave even the musicians that played on his record a big old check in an undisclosed amount. But I remember that. You know, Milton
That was
Sledge
sweet.
drops in every now and then. Milton, he played on just about all those Garth records.
Wow.
Yeah, he played on all those tours and stuff too.
Remom says she can't wait till tomorrow.
She can't. Mama.
I'll call her tomorrow night and say, well,
Remom.
Barbara, you want to rethink that? You've been in the car with these two guys?
Yeah.
Well, she's right now
12 hours?
the way it looks is she's going to be driving her own, but we're trying to work on that. Just so you know, Barb, we're trying to work on getting where we can all be in the same vehicle.
That's going to be crazy, Barb. So
Vehicle.
just
I'll
know
pray
that
for
when
her.
you go,
I'll pray
yes,
for her,
yes, just
HBN.
know it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, and everybody lay off of the fibrous foods that's planning on going on this trip.
Yes, please. No beans.
No fibrous foods.
That's right. No cereals and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, no Raisin Bran, no
Yeah.
All Bran.
No
You
prune
gonna
juice.
stop up there at our place by Charlottesville?
Oh, yeah. We ought to give them a plug. It's exit 92, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a Golden Corral, and don't give me no hard time about Golden Corral, y'all.
Not this one.
There's a Golden Corral off at exit 92 on 81. You get off there, and that Golden Corral is absolutely
5
spotless,
star.
and the food will knock you down. I took you there. Didn't I? We stopped there.
You stopped there.
And you can't eat one of everything they got.
Oh,
They
no.
got so much.
No.
Their food is really good.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
told
they're
him, I
about the
said,
best ones.
I said, y'all have done a cruel thing. He said, what are you talking about? And I said, well, y'all must apparently got my grandma back there cooking. Y'all kept her from me since about 1980. It ain't
Yeah,
nice
that's
of
some
you.
that's some excellent food. Their food was excellent.
Yeah.
Kirk and I were talking last night about I remember the very first time, the very first buffet that I've ever ate at, and it was in Dallas, Texas, and it was back in probably in the late 70s, and it was called King's Table, and it was the first time that first concept, which is, you know, we have them everywhere now, and I'll never forget. Oh, I just thought that was incredible. You could have all the desserts you want. And that's back when I was young. And could eat them.
I used to wonder if there'd be Shoney's and KFC's in heaven. That's the only thing Christian and I'd eat coming out of church. Back where I grew up, you either go to Shoney's or the Kentucky Fried Chicken. Visit the Colonel.
And those KFC buffets didn't last long.
Oh no, because people like me put them in the hole. They tried to have a KFC buffet. They'd lose their shirt on me every time, man. I'd hurt them. I'd go in there and they'd say, "Oh, shut it down!
Here he comes.
Get
y'all.
out!
Here he comes.
Mark come out the car, have chicken legs and stuff in his pockets.
Mashed potatoes."
He opened his wallet and a 6-piece fell out.
Yeah.
Corn on the cobs in your jacket.
Yeah, he reached his back pocket and all kind of desserts and stuff fell out. Okay, Mark.
Well, I got to tell you, I'm proud that we've got the air flowing through here because I'm sitting here not offending myself as we had been.
It has been
Well,
comfortable.
you're not wet today either.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. My clothes are dry, everything,
Yeah.
man. I don't know what to do. I am getting kind of excited about getting out of here and being on the road tomorrow. Those of you that are catching this late, tomorrow it's going to be Mark and Ricky on the road right
On
here
the
at this
road.
time, same channel. But we'll be breaking in throughout the day with foolishness and nonsense.
Yes.
So you want
Are
to
you gonna
stay
call me?
tuned.
Of
Will you
course.
be able to call me? I wonder when you're doing that.
You know, we probably will. We'll call you through the Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll call you through the Bluetooth so everybody can hear you. We'll even play music through the Bluetooth. Who knows? We'll figure out something. There's no telling what we might do.
We'll
We're
make
thinking
something
about
happen.
doing a live remote from one of those truck stop strip joints.
Yeah.
I'll shut it down.
I know you will. I know you will.
No, I'm talking about where they strip all the road film and stuff off your truck. You're missing it completely. Yeah.
Cindy said, "Yeah, right."
I remember we took Valerie when I took Valerie to Nashville to record, and I pulled off at White's truck stop there in Rafine, Virginia. It's like a rite of passage. You can't pass White's truck stop. I don't care if you just got on it at Charlottesville. You have to stop at White's. And it's been that way since I was a teenager, traveling, playing music. So I pulled off in there, and she was like dumbfounded. It's the first time she'd ever been in a truck stop.
You're like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, so I videoed it and sent it to her mom, put it on Facebook, everything, got them all ripped out of the frame, I'm sure. My baby's in a truck stop!
It's okay, Barb. We got it under control.
Yeah, well,
she'll be there.
That's probably why she's not letting us take her by herself this time. She wants to go and
she wants to go to the truck stop.
She wants to go to the truck stop. Roger! Roger! She's wanting to go to the truck stop.
We better be videoing when we go to the truck stop.
Those are family truck stops now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's not
food.
like Billy
Good buffet
Joe's
that
at
one,
Chattanooga.
Billy Joe's must be kind of wild, huh? Yeah, it was one of those.
If you can't get it at Billy Joe's, they don't make it. I'm telling you.
Barb, I hope you hear
They got
me.
uppers, downers, stoppers, lot lizards, everything. They got it come in all shapes, sizes.
Oh yeah, they even
I
got
wonder what he's
buffaloes.
doing.
They got
Heath-
buffalo soldiers and everything. In there.
Heath is probably at this time having withdrawals because he can't find any gravy in Maine. He can't find biscuits and gravy.
He might have took some with him.
He probably did. He's probably trying to figure out how Doris gonna cook breakfast up there trying to eat all that Yankee food.
They don't eat so
Heath.
bad up there. They don't eat so bad.
Then
up
again,
there.
I'm gonna tell you what now, because I was up there in Portland. The air
In Portland,
is so
where?
different. Maine.
Portland, Maine.
The air is so different.
Is it cleaner?
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. Clean and crisp, and you get lightheaded. Because it's almost like breathing straight oxygen.
Wow,
Well, that'd be different for you anyway.
Yeah, right?
As many carcinogens as you haul in that body all day long. This son of a gun's on R.J. Reynolds' Christmas list. They send him gift cards. See, I just smoke those cigars. I get a pack at a time. I smoke a cigar. I don't have to fool with it the rest of
all
the
the
day.
carcinogens you put in that body.
Ain't no wonder your feet falling off.
Oh, woo.
Yeah. Man, if I'd known I was going to live this long, I'd have taken better care of myself. I ain't kidding you.
Frank, you got to wear that one today, baby boy.
That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah.
He's right.
I tell
Well,
you
Cindy, what
uh,
are your plans today?
Yeah, what are you going to do today?
Well, I'm working in my office. I worked in my office all afternoon yesterday working on the music.
music.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, thank you for getting out to the bank. I never said thank you on the
you're
text. I was busy,
welcome.
but I saw the text, so thank you. That fit real nicely in there.
Emergency money. Yeah, for our emergency money for
Yeah,
our
that fit real nicely.
Yeah.
And,
so I'm relaxing. I'm going to try and relax and recover from this morning, I think.
Yeah, well, you know, we're about to start. Let's talk about something here for a second. We're about to start the next phase on the seminary there in Surigao. They're out measuring and getting all the stuff. So we're about to start the last phase on getting the stuff fixed up there, and so we're real happy.
Now,
with,
they're still fixing the buildings from the earthquake?
Yeah, and a lot of it you just have to do it because it rains so much. You can't get concrete or stuff to set.
Right.
So you just have to do it when you have windows of opportunity. We got that stuff done. And now now we're finishing out putting having to replace doors and having to put glass in some windows and things like that. But we're just about there. We're measuring.
Do they ever get dry spells there? I mean, where it doesn't rain as much? Do they get a dry spell?
Yeah, 2 or 3 hours at a stretch.
Golly.
It's called a tropical rainforest, man. It rains all the time. But the good news is
And that's when they shake the trees.
yeah, good news is it's only about 100 degrees. So
Yeah.
100
okay.
degrees and raining and no,
Golly.
it's actually paradise. I love it over there. It is hot, but I got to tell you, there's for the very few people who have been in that country when I'm there with me, it's probably the only place on the planet where I just unplug and I am free to be me.
Yeah.
And I laugh and I enjoy my loved ones over there and my friends and the children and the atmosphere and I think I I don't really care about being buried, but I think I want to just have my ashes strewn all over that hillside. I used to want them flushed down the sewer drain on Granby Street, but I think I've changed that. So just be over there, and that's kind of where my heart is, you know.
That reminds me of a true story, Mark. This is true. A friend of mine who has passed away, but his brother wanted to be cremated. His brother lived in California, and he lived in Houston, and he had to go to California to get his brother's ashes. So he had it in a little suitcase, and he was getting on the plane. Yeah. He was getting on the plane in California to come back, and someone said, "Can I help you with that?" And he says, "No, he ain't heavy. He's my brother." He really did say that.
Oh,
his ashes were in the. I think it's funny. And Keith was a hoot. He was so funny. That's a true story.
He ain't heavy.
So he
He's
brought
my
his
brother.
ashes back to Houston. Ha
that's a good one. He ain't heavy. He's my brother.
I know. How come when I tell something you don't laugh?
Because you say it so sweetly. You don't know whether to laugh because I don't know if I'm laughing at you, or you don't know whether to say, "Oh," and I'm not very much at "oh."
Well, she'll sing it next time.
Yeah.
Okay.
He ain't heavy.
But it was hilarious. This is true. He really did tell the flight attendant,
11
he
o'clock.
ain't heavy, he's my brother. And his brother's ashes were in the overhead.
I don't know if Frank's having rapture practice over there, if he's trying to tell me it's 11 o'clock.
Yeah, touchdown.
Rapture practice. I don't know what he's doing. Hey, look, we've had a big time. Have you had a big time? We've laughed. We've been serious. We've talked a little bit about this, a little bit about that.
Yeah,
What we want to do is let you know we love you.
And I guess you better talk about smallest gifts a little bit. That's why we're here.
Yeah.
I just did a while ago.
Give him a minute.
Okay. Smallest gifts is why we're here. This is what we do. And we use this program in the morning just to bring a little sunshine. That's why we call it Morning Sunshine.
Right.
Never know what we might say. Yeah, we're edgy. But you know what we do? We're reaching people who are totally unchurched. Totally. Because we're not whacking them over the head with a 20-pound Bible, condemning them for everything that they do. We feel like that's the Holy Spirit's job, not ours. You know? We have a hard enough time keeping ourselves straight, much less trying to straighten anybody else out. But we live under this thing right here called grace. And we live under the knowledge that it's grace. By grace we're saved through our faith. That's not of ourselves. It's a gift of God. And all you have to do is accept the gift. Smallest gifts operates on a similar principle into the story of the widow's mite. And what we do is we encourage people to get involved with us. You see the programming we do here and all this is actually paid for. And that way when someone decides they want to partner with us and help Smallest Gifts, the money that you contribute goes straight to the work in the field. So what is that work? We work with indigent and oppressed people that are receiving dialysis, and we help provide them with additional funds and enough for a tank of gas, enough for a meal, enough for a change of clothes, enough for a little bit of peace of mind for a day. And we do that on a regular basis through our outreach that we have called our Angel Center in Lubbock, Texas, headed up by Rita Funk out there, whose son is one of the folks receiving dialysis treatment there, and she has come in touch with a lot of these indigent folks that it takes their last penny to get there, to get their treatment. And if we can give them a little bit of relief and just show them love and not cram religion down their throat, just show them love, you'd be amazed at how many of them respond because they recognize the source of that love. The children that we help in the Philippines and the grown-ups that we help and the things we do over there supporting different facilities that we have either built or helped manage through funds and that sort of thing. The seminary, we'll graduate around 80 students this year that'll all come with seminary degrees. And some of them have already chosen and are planning to go into the Muslim-controlled areas of the Philippines where they know they may not come out with their own lives, but they're going in there. And we equip them as best we can. We're going to start really driving on getting equipment. I want you to think about this. Think about what a 16-year-old girl. Think about what deodorant and a bar of soap would mean to a 16-year-old girl who doesn't have any. Think about what toothpaste means to people that live in an area where their water's coming out of the ground. They don't have fluoride in the water. and they don't have any means of brushing their teeth and that sort of thing because they don't have the tools to do it with, like toothpaste and the toothbrush. And if we can just help them with that, isn't that a wonderful thing?
It's
You know,
awesome.
It is.
and that's the
It's
small
awesome.
gifts. We're not asking people to give us big donations of $100,000 or $1 million. If you do that, we'll find a place to put it. Because I'm telling you, we could never raise enough money to cure the whole world of hunger and all its problems. But what we can do is make a difference in our little corner of it. Smallest gifts, that's what we do, built on biblical principles and just doing the right thing, helping others with the smallest gifts that we have. And that way it allows everybody to participate. Now, what if you don't have any money? You know how you can help? You can hit that share button. You can hit that like button, and you can share that with your friends on Facebook, on social media. Talk about it, promote the programming amongst ourselves, and get this programming out and out and out and out like it's doing. And as we grow, we'll reach more people, and we'll be able to do a better job at what we do.
That's right.
And so we want to thank you for coming by and putting up with us. And, you know, if we get edgy and we've offended you, just pray for us. Don't get mad at us. And if we
Pray
get
for
edgy,
me.
and pray for Cindy, because she's got to deal with this all the time. Excuse me, all the time. I've drank so much coffee, I'm starting to have visions of Buddha anyway. So, a little Buddhist running. I could probably thread the sewing machine with it running. Yeah. But anyway, we want to thank you. It's been Morning Sunshine. Big howdy.
Have a good one.
Bye, Cindy. We love you.
I love you too. You guys be safe and
Okay.
be careful. Don't be too silly.
You can
Okay.
say all them goodbyes you want, and I know that about 7 o'clock my time, you'll be on that phone. I
That
know
sounds
you.
familiar, just like somebody you do, huh?
I know Cindy. We'll
won't
be
even-
going down the road, and she'll make sure that we're not getting out of line.
You won't even be to
Yes.
Williamsburg by then.
No, we won't get through Hampton. Good morning, world. Thanks for stopping in. All
We
over
love
the
Have
world.
a
everybody.
great one.
All over the
Bye,
world.
guys.
We had people from everywhere today.
Yeah. Good afternoon. It's lunchtime.
Yeah, it sure is. Okay, I got to go see if my